All right, it is August 10th. We are back Monday in the stock market. A little early right now. It is 3:42, but for the most part, once it's 3:40 in the afternoon, you have your late moves in the market, and small caps have already made their moves, either way, short or long. So let's take a look. Today was a really great day for longs. Really, really good. Let's take a look. MCRB, incredible, incredible. And it starts pre-market, always pre-market. 6:30 a.m. Ceres, if you pronounce it right, Therapeutics announces positive top-line results from SEER 109 phase 3 Echo Spore 3 study. So it was obviously good. Stock profits nearly fourfold after positive 3 data. Treatment for colon infections. So this was really, really incredible move. I have the float 43 million. Actually, Finbiz 69 million. Trade Ideas says 43 million. So it's a higher float. It's not a small float. But let's go back to the 3 minutes. So this news came out about 6:30 a.m. Again, pre-market. If you want to jump ahead of everyone, get up pre-market, put in a trade early pre-market. Because if it's going to move pre-market, and like I said, look, move from here to here. So your screen, bottom of the screen, top of the screen. If it gapped up and it opened here on a gap and go, it's not going to go higher than that. I highly doubt it. So, all right, what is it? Let's take a look here. So you have the 12 line right here. Like I said, your first move right here. What time is 7? This is 7:27. 7 was 7 right here. Okay, so I use E-Trade. It opens at 7. I heard there's problems today. They couldn't trade. Some people on E-Trade. So that was really weird. All right, mark your line right here. So you have a high of day right now. You have high of day 1453. Your first move. This moved up. This moved, and you have a stop here. And then it's going down, continually to go down. Let me move this over. So you take this down, this trend line. This is a trend line. Until that breaks, it can keep going down. And that's how you play it. Now this found support at 12, right here. 12, 12. Your first green candle right here. And then these lines are very small. So on this line here, you had 1264, 13, and then it started to go up. Now, once this trend line breaks right here, I'm trying to see here, 12. You can play that. See, these lines are so small. Like a candle could rip through here if, it's just someone is in with a large, share size. They want to rip it either way, one of these whales. So looking down here, this is very small. If you play it, I don't have a big account. I'm not like $1 million trader, so this 12 line, you play at 12, the break here as soon as this trend line breaks. So 13, you have $100, 100 shares. If you get on 100, if you do this 13, you do 150, maybe times 1, it's 150, 200. You have 200 on that $1 move. So this is a very small line. That's the problem there. Now, if you did, and look what happened here. Breaks up. Consolidation next line, 16 line, comes up, consolidation on 19 line. And then this really had a shooting star right here at 33 high of the day. So this moved really from 486 to 33. Now, that's why you trade small caps. You don't even need small share size. You did 100, like I said, about 13. And then this moved to like 30, 1,700 right there, 150, 2,500, 200, 3,400. Now this is just, of course, you got it here. You got it here. There's buying points here. You have here a buying point, here. You see these wicks too. See this hammer? It hammered out 16. These little small moves. This is how you notice. This is how you notice the moves here. It's very subtle. you have to understand chart patterns and, the candlesticks. Right here, 16. And then you have another line here, the open, 18, big volume. People playing this open here, it's kind of stupid. You ever playing before or let it make a move? You never play at the exact open. The chart has to be exactly right to play the open, because that's the most volatile right at the open. And then we go up, and then look at that. We get a 5-minute. Move this over. And where we're at right now, 23.69. And look at this. I said this on stock flips. This 20 line holds, and it broke up a little bit. There's a little small gain. The main gain for small caps is pre-market. You'll make a move like this, and then you'll short, come down like this, or it'll stay up all day. Or it could be like sideways flat. So they said positive news, number one. Float wasn't that small. Does it matter if it's really good news? Not necessarily. If they want to push a stock, they'll push it. They can push a $100 million stock. So it's positive news. Market cap 337 million. And you can see on the daily, see this? This has done nothing for ever, for like years. 76 million today. This is a typical gap and go chart you will see. You will see open gap, a push down, and you'll see that high wick almost all the time. That's what you'll see. You'll see this over and over. That's how it works. So here we go. Dip, 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 and then there's your selling candle. Now the selling candle, people are like, oh, isn't it here? Isn't it here? Not, if the chart's going to go up, the stock's going to go up, not necessarily going to be here, because it's going to make a move. If it makes a strong move, like this is up 400%, it's not going to die down here. It can, but it didn't. You have your 13 over 20 EMA, and then there's your wick, because it's high, top of the chart of the pattern from here to here. So you move the length of your screen, which is a very normal occurrence. All right, so this is an incredible run here. What time is it now? 3:50, 10 minutes before the close. This has moved 400%. And the small caps, again, are moving incredibly. All right, let's go down to XT. Oops, XTNT. My eyes are losing it here. XTNT Medical announces debt restructuring. That was August 10th today, so that's positive news. Float, 12 million FinViz. Float, 12 million on trade ideas. So, and this is the move right here. This is a nice long. Now, this is a great long for a small cap. Did nothing pre-market. When was that news announced? The news was announced 8:30 a.m. So there's nothing here. And then they just started to take this off. They liked what they heard there. And this is a quarter line. You can play quarter. If you shrink this, you have a 10-cent line. This is the 5-minute. So you have your first move. And then we go up to 140. Your 13 is way away from your 20 EMA. And then we go up, and there's a shooting star. And then even if you're holding there, you see this candle start dipping down, that's yourself. That's how you play this. So you play it. You play bottom line, top line for break. In between here, you see this like holding, you're holding. So, 140, put in something like 135. Right here, 160. And the break at 170. This is the 5-minute. Go to the 3-minute. 3-minute here, you have to cross, change the direction, means going up, 130, sideways, 140, 160, and then we get a 260 on 3 minutes. So 3 minutes going to give you more candles. 10-minute, one big candle, went all the way up to almost 150 line, came back to 140, and then you have 140 line right here. Excuse me. 140 line. And see how this held and it came back up? And then there's your shooting star in a 10 minutes. So, like I said, most of the time, 3, 5, 10 minute. 2 minute you can do 2. I don't like to get nothing below 2. This depends on each stock. So again, this had good news, that restructuring, quick move up, you start to roll up here, they start to push it, and then it faded down. So it's a typical small cap move, up and then backside. Could have been pre-market up and then backside, or up and then completely flat. So you'll see these patterns over and over. Now, on the daily here, you have a move up in late May. Look at this, 275, then went flat. Look at this, no volume forever till today. This is how they work. They might not do anything for months, sometimes even to a year. This pushed up to that 275, so you knew you had 275 here. That was the meat of the candle, and came right back down. And 44 million today. So this was a great long and short. So these are the things you look for. Now you're going to jump into here. Let me see. If you played a quarter line, 150, let it make a move here. I usually like at least 2 candles. I want to see, like if you're here, I mean, it's a green candle, red, it could go down here. You have 13 coming up. It's the very beginning of the move. So it's tough to determine right at that point. So I like a little more, information. It's like anything. You start any process of anything, it's just like you need a little more time to determine stuff. So, but this is 125, 150. You're just playing lines. Whatever your lines are, remember that. Keep it simple. Trading's all simple. You don't need filings, this. I mean, you can look at that. Don't complicate things. All right, OMER. I think this is a definite misprint. So you had to move here, OMER. 20 line held nicely. You could draw a line down here, broke out. You had 21 line. Right there, started to move up. So this touched that line 22, bounced back to 21 line, broke all the way up. And then start to fade here. Right here, you see that candle, you go down, that's a 24 line. So this was a quicker move. This wasn't, hours. So 9:30 to, after 10. And OMER had, let me see here, OMER, there's news in this. OMERS rallies on COVID-19 study results. There you go, COVID-19 news. And it's funny to see how all the stock market works. Remember, like Bitcoin, blockchain, like any type of news, the market, like COVID, this COVID thing, and now it equates to the stock market. So stock market's using it as a vehicle to make money. Like companies, every company was like involved in COVID because they know we mention this or this, our stock will go, yes, will go up. And that's what will happen. OMER 51.8 float. So that's pretty reasonable there. They say on trade day is NFinviz. And then you have the short side right here, short. Then we bounced up. So these are, 20, a few dollar moves. This isn't bad. So, and the daily chart had 17 million in the move back in March, and then no real volume though. All right, CVGI. This is a commercial vehicle group. This one came on, this volume down here, it's only like 44,000. This isn't a very heavy stock, but start to go up. 325 line, where's it going? Keeps going. There's your first move. We go down, draw your line. This breaks over 350. There you go, the 450. This was a smooth move on this. Commercial vehicle group reports Q2 loss tops, revenue estimates. So there's the news on that. The float on this is like 30 million. This had a big wash down ever since January, before even COVID. March just kept pushing. Then we start to move back up here. We grind it back up. And now it looks like they have a line here, here, here to here. So, and then you can put your line, you know, like here to here. It doesn't be exact. So it's in this window. It keeps pushing higher. So this was a nice long too. CLSK. Clean Spark. Clean Spark, Sunshine Energy announces exclusive Costa Rica partnership. This is August 7th. Float 16 million. I get 7.5 million trade ideas. So in the 5 minute, you know, there's your pre-market. This, whatever the pre-market says, you know, go along with that. This says right here the high is 10. So you know you have high today right there, pre-market high day, moved up, wick down. And look at this 11 hold 11. Then we went back up to 1281. So again, this was a nice long in the 5 minute. Move higher, lows keep getting higher. And this one now you can push this line up. See this? You had wick, and look at this. See this grind up here? It's like, you know, you're going down, up, and then the 13 is above the 20. It's just very strong, the uptrend. The down days are nothing on these stocks, so they're pushing it real hard. This is another good long. UBX. UBX, Unity Biotechnology announces 80 million debt refinancing from Hercules Capital. That was August 4th. So this is starting to grind up here. No pre-market, nothing going on. 11. Little move here. You had the break. 1150. 12. You know, 1450. And then look how we held right there at 1362. Held, and we went up to 15. And then you're like, oh, is it going to keep going? Then, okay, here. Then you start to see wash. When you see this could have been a wash here, and you're watching. On this, you probably give that 20 EMA, give the 1350, but it held on these wicks. And on this, see this, 15 went down. Look at this. This is a complete wash down late day here in this. So, you know, stocks can do anything. Stocks are bizarre. They're crazy. This was a run up all day, and then they're going to push it down at 3:25 p.m. Isn't that crazy? So you never know. And here you go here. 7 million in volume. You know, this is grinder on the daily chart. Nothing special. And then there's your wick. So this is another great long short here. What's the float here? I get a 43 million on FinViz. Where's it at here? I'm trying to find the trade ideas. Where's it at now? It's at 14%. 24 million on trade ideas. So they're always off. They're never really exact. But this is another great long. ADMS. Adams report second quarter 2020 financial results as of the 6th. We'll try to move over 4. Down support 425, over 450. And then this held 5. So it's another good long. It's another good long today. And you had yesterday, which is 5.9 million, today 6 million. Look at this candle. You don't see, or not candle, the volume. It hasn't done anything like that for so long. So that's a good sign. But usually on these gap and goes, it might come down here inside day, go further, and then maybe a bounce, and then fades. You might get 1, 2, 3, 4, even I've seen 5 days possible. So, and this is coming out of a wedge, a downward wedge. This is another great long. All right. Let's see here. TRVN. Trevena announces FDA approval of olicitrulline injection. So whatever that is good. And here's the 5-minute. See, this is what I mean. This is a great example of a short pre-market. This moved up straight up at 4:05 a.m. Look at this. So the move right here is up. Look at this move. It's already made its move pre-market. It jumped from like 237 to 450. And then what happens? You draw your line. This is a fade now. This is a fade unless it does something like this and come up. It has to prove it can break this line, and it didn't. So this is a great short example. Typical pre-market short. All right, SRNE. Two top coronavirus stocks with massive upside potential. This was August 9th. And this had pre-market 1586. Got the 1550. 1550 kept going. This made it to 19. So you have like your green candle came down. You're seeing that stone here. You can put out right here 1550 for the break. You want to do here like 1525. And then right here it starts up again. Now this candle here is nice on this. You have 13 EMA over 20. So you have this line here, 16 line. You have 1650 line, even 1625 line. Now, you're not going to put anything out 1650. It's too far. So you're going to play 16 line or maybe even below. When it's right at the line, I'm going to play the line. You can play halfway on these moves. If I put my quarter in there, depends how you want to play it. So this one up, and your 13s over your 20s. See, when you start to get away from this further and further, you can see how far it goes. So, you can see your line, like your 13 over your 20 EMA line, and it gets better to read. And this was a great long too. This had a move back in May, consolidation at 5, up to 8, 1882. Incredible long. This has to do with, I think, COVID. Didn't even need to look. All right, LXU. LXU. I see no news here on this. This had a big break, nothing pre-market. Shot down 130, came back to that 125 line. This is a beautiful, sometimes they're clean to read. Wick, look at this, little wicks here. So that's how you play that 125 line, broke up. Consolidation back, then you have your 135 line. This isn't great volume either. This is down here like 21,000, but it's still, you can get enough. You don't need that much on this. It's a penny stock. And it's took off. So another good long. This has been holding that dollar. Look at that dollar. Penny stock dollar, holding it and broke up. Classic move. All right, OCGN, daily chart. It moved up 95, came back down, 45 cents, broke up. And this had to move on Friday, and then it continued today. Now this is a little bit choppier. I think these are all misprints, but came back down. And they need to break over 68 cents to 84. So this isn't a good long at all. I mean, compared to the other longs, this went up very quickly if you got it, fade it, and then just went sideways. So that's why it's colored. It couldn't hold. Not as good as long. SRG, search growth properties. Draw your line right here, and there we go. So if you have this line right here, and you're looking for the breaks, you put out your trade right here for 12. You're putting out your limit order right at 12, and we go up. You're looking here. There's your candle, another shooting star, 14. So another good gain. And then here, this breaks. You play the 1325 line. Third edge growth properties. Nice long. And I had this already mapped out. Falling wedge, held 9, started to break up. Here's stem. Float 15 million. 10 million on trade ideas. So you had right here over 370, and then this took off to like 435. Not a bad long, not great volume at all. This is really low volume, like 15,000. All right, NKLA, Nikola Corp. I knew this was going up. I wish I could have massively crushed this, but I called this right here a falling wedge pattern. Had a gap right here. Oversold stochastics. Yeah, you're looking. This could have went down here the wedge more, but this broke up. Went to 35 line. And then this candle is a fake out. Remember, a hollow red candle is a fake out. Usually the next day it'll be green. It's a total fake out. Right here, 35. And today we just broke out. So it's coming out of this wedge. And really great volume today. Nikola stock should higher because the companies might actually want what it's selling. Nikola stock jumps. After securing 2,500 electric garbage truck order, Republic Service announces partnership with Nikola to develop purchase electric vehicles. Applies after garbage truck order. So float 141 million. What was it up to? 22%. I have 99 million on trade ideas. FinViz says 141 million. Still a higher float. But anyway, that's why you got to know patterns. You need to know volume, liquidity. You want to get in and out. You got to know patterns. And you want to know maybe like 13.9 or 20 EMA. That's all you need. Don't complicate it. Now on this one, pre-market move up. Player line. There's your higher day line. Enjoy your line this way. So, this one's a little bit tougher. So it broke. Once you have that 41 line, it broke up here. Now, on this was a little tougher because the 41 nest came right back down. But let me see here, 41. That's why you have to give these room too. Draw this right here, broke up. Then you're like, oh yeah, here it goes. This is a wedge too. It's a breakout of a falling wedge. And then you see this, you're like, it starts to go down. But this is where you have to use what your plan was. If you bought this at 41, maybe your line is, what's here, 40.50. Give it to the 40.50. Even though you see these 3 candles in a 5-minute coming down massively, it's like you're gonna crush your crush you. You go right through here. But it's like anything else. Like you're speeding and then you see traffic up ahead and you start slow really fast, and like, but you have to play it. You play it how it is. You just put on your brakes. Don't get out here if you see this. Play your line. That's how you play it. There's nothing to fear if you're just playing your line. And go with smaller size too. Don't go to crush it every trade and be stopped out too much. And look what happened. See, it held. A lot of these wicks were holding back here. That was a sign here about 40.75. And sideways, then we go up. And look at here, 41.50 just took off, which was an amazing long today. So you got to recognize patterns. Give it time. You need patience in trading. Everyone wants to be rich overnight. It doesn't work that way. Most people don't make it too because they don't have enough to trade with. You need, cash to trade with. But you can slowly grind your way up trading. Don't look for, I'm making 10,000 a day, people online doing it. They've been doing it a while. They might have a bigger account. It's like anything else. It's just like the same as like gambling. Someone goes to casinos, they have 100,000 to gamble with. You might have 5,000. Just play with your dealt, your hand you're dealt. So that was a good move. All right, IPI, Intrepid, Potash, penny stock for the break of 102, small move, 118, penny play, Dread, daily. This has been bounced between 2 and you have your 350 line. Look at this line here. See how many times I touched it right there. It's Dread. BRQS, this move before This was back in April. It's a really weird chart. Came back down, found a dollar. Look, I said a dollar. The penny stock, most important line, and penny stock's a dollar. Broke up. And it's sort of like holding this one back and forth, the 150. There was your line here. Pre-market 105, bounced to 1. Then it took off. Look at this, all the way to 140. Nice gain. You don't need a lot sometimes. And this is a dollar. If you did 1,000, it's 1,000 times 40, 400, 200, or 2,000 times 5 cent stop maybe. Your stops can be like here. You know, there's nothing below that. That's why. 2,000 times 35, even if you got 35 cents, 700 bucks in a day, not bad. You can do 700 a week even times 4. That's 2,800 just from like pressing a button. You have to look at it that way. When you're starting out, like anything in life, 3,000 a month's not a lot, but for newbies, when you're starting any job, anything else in life, you start out too. Where do you think you're starting? Yeah, there's always a window to everything. Like you just don't start making 100,000 unless you're genius or LeBron James, you know, 100 million. So you got to start and you got to learn. It's a process. It could take a year, it could take 3 years. It depends how you look at it. You know, your time level, your family, whatever your situation is. So, all right, CMLS, not bad long for 30 to 520. Break out of this sideways chop, consolidation. SNCR, what's this? Synchronous Technologies, 3.2 million today. This is like a falling wedge too. Sometimes they're not like super tight, but look, we came out of this trend line sideways and we went up. And this one's a little bit tougher. See this move up? Not a lot of volume here. Really, really light volume that it came up. So this is hard to get any kind of size on this. This is too light. FLGT, Fulgent Genetics. This is putting in the white candles. Not great volume, but it's been going up and up on this, and it really took off today. We had this red to green over 38.50, then we went to 43.75 today. So really nice long. T2, 190 to 210. PVAC. This is a really big 5-minute candle that went up. Came back down, found support. See these wicks? Your wicks are going to tell you too. This shot right down and up. So you know that 1275 line. Then again, it did it. Once you see that, you know you have good support there. Did it twice back to back. Here's DSKE, 580, 660, E-time, VTG. All right, this is like my top 25. Pretty much top 10. Top 10, you'll find at least one good trade set up. So today, again, we had small caps killed. Now, MCRB finished, it was like a penny stock, finished 21. What is it? OXBR right now. Must be news here. Oxbridge Holdings Limited second quarter results. So they said results. I guess they were good. This is 3 million in float. So another penny stock. EQ coming on my radar. This is coming up too. CVGI was a $4 stock. OMER+19. CLSK $12. CLSA2. ADMS $4. Going down my whole list on trade ideas. You see a lot of $3, $5 again. So penny stocks the last 3 months, May, June, July, I think May, end of May. Now we're in August. They are moving the market. They are leading the market right now. Everything else is secondary. You have, individual stocks, maybe ETFs. So you just play what the market gives you. Small caps aren't there, you move to something else. Something else will be in the market. All right, KODK. Everyone's been watching this. This had bad news, I think, from their investigating the deal with Trump. Of course, these are all scam stocks. You really think they're doing something with COVID? Maybe they are. It's really crazy. That's how the stock market works. Look at this movement, this wick up, which wick touch 60 and bounce down 15 and 10 today. It's just like, you got to day trade these, man. There's no way you hold these. You got to be crazy. But that was Kodak. Take a look at the SPY. SPY finished up 357, 27,791. S&P 3360 plus 968. NASDAQ was down 42, 10,968. Small caps 1584, up 1797. VIX down 2213. Commodities, gold 2027, silver 2920, crude 4205. So like I said, this came back. Had the reverse U here. We got the 320, 335. Looks like we're going to try to test this. We'll see what happens if it does some sort of weird big candle, then we drop like a double top, or we break through, and then, you know, the volume's really dropping off here. Look at the volume here. Volume's like shrinking to nothing. By September, it's going to be like nothing. And that's when I think volatility might increase. I'm going to have some sort of event here happen. We get a huge drop. This is a broadening wedge. Look at each time. This is how we're getting more and more volatility. Ever since 2018, top to drop, then up, then huge drop. And then we took off from January, look at that, the January 20. And then we had a massive, like, straight down from coronavirus. Now we're pretty much a V recovery. And now what's going to happen here? You're just not going to go straight up. I highly doubt that. So stock market's always a precursor to these charts. If something's going to happen again, I'm not sure what, though. NASDAQ's up very high here again. You know, this is within this channel. It's fine at this point. You're getting your pullbacks. Dow Jones. Now this is breaking. We went above this level here, or 27,792. This is really high. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green candles. We're at a 99 stochastics. Yeah, I don't like it there. I need this to pull back in. DFN. This is one of the best moves it's done in a long time. 1343. Really nice move up here. You had right here, the 10 line held. See it here? Held here, these wicks. We're up at 81 now. As high as it's been since June. So we're going to get a pullback. We're trying to get a 13 EMA crossover. I would say if this pulls back to 12 and holds, we could come back up here. So this is looking like a good long. This is like a head, shoulder, and then coming back up. And this was, remember, 75 stock. It went down to, what's the low here now? 5. This gives the 20 here. It's 23.6 fibs. We're so far behind. This has great potential here, long. The weekly chart on this. So you're touching that 13 EMA now. Let me get my other chart. You have wraparound 5, 9, blew through the 50 day. See these patterns here? See this? Like here, then you have the 50-day scrolling down. It went right under it, and then we rocketed up. So we have the same thing here, the 100-day, and we're rocketing up. There's only the 200-day left and the 150. So this could come back, like I said, right here. If we get back to 12, or if this keeps going for a little bit, then we start to go up. This is great potential long. On the weekly, Weekly, there's your 13, you're caught, now you're sandwiched between your 13 and your, what is this, 9 EMA. Look at that. Look how tight that is. There's no sell here because stochastics up. You have divergence now, bullish divergence. You have RSI on the weekly going up. Elliott Wave is a slower moving oscillator. And look at this. You're getting less and less each time, decreasing, decreasing. And look at your MACD. This is full green above red. And you're fully now over zero. And look at the candles here. There's no way a move, unless something weird happens in the market, where you just go like this. It has to cross over. It would take weeks. So this is extremely bullish at this point. And I'm looking for the next move up, 13, 14. I'd say we retest at least that 21 level. We retest that 2148 level. So this has great potential long. All right, so it's defend. All right, so what else do you look at? Look at some other ETFs now. And now's extremely bullish. Look at this. Any pullback, just look for your moving averages. This is extremely bullish right now. Then, very high up, 5150, watch it. ERX. This is trying to come up. This is bullish energy. It's looking kind of good there. JNUG. I would watch your 20 EMA here on JNUG and your 20 EMA here on Nougat. LABU. Broke out. We're sort of sideways chop here on biotech. Soxel. Pull back to your 1320 EMA. Fez. Trying to get to this gap here. Very high up, stochastic. So, we've made a move on a lot of these plays long. And how far are they going to keep going? That's the question. Before a pullback again. So this is breaking at 38.2 fibs. The next level you have at 42, 50% retracement level. And this pulls back. Yeah, this is getting, see how far away? When you're far away from your moving averages, I'm looking for a pullback soon. This is at a 94 stochastic. I wouldn't want to buy it up here. Look where this went. This went from 24 to 36 on a divergence. You had a double bottom U. See here? Reverse U. This is a U. This is a U upside down. Touch, touch, break out, pull back, break out, pull back, break out. And you draw your line here. See this here? So this is a rising wedge on a stochastic, which means it's going to break through here. So here, low, higher, low, higher, low, higher. Look for us to pull back to 32, 30, even 28. So this is on a run right now, though. I mean, until you get a signal, it is what it is. TQQQ, trying to bounce off that 13 EMA, very high up too. SPXL is near 61.8 retracement, extremely high, 98. This is another one, the lows, keep getting higher. UDAL. And look at UDAL's run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row. You're at a 99 stochastics. Look at every time we've been up that high. Went down here, huge drop eventually. Up here end of May, June, and huge drop in June. Rebound. So at this point, I don't want to buy it up here. I want it to pull back hard. And that is it on that. So, all right, casinos win Like I said, the 70 line held. Look at Win right here. Huge move up today. So Win, LVS, breaking through. It's nice. There's your cruise liners, Carnival. This is breaking out this line here. This is really nice move because the market was so strong today. Dow Jones. This is breaking here. And see the break on these? It depends on the stock. Break here, this one as low as, 1038, high of 13. So this move stochastics is a quick move. It depends on how they move each stock. NCLH is breaking up now a little bit. RCL. That's a bigger break in RCL. CCL coming out too, so they're moving up. Let's look at the airlines. HA right here, 12. That was the move here. You had a crossover, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's that? 5 days in a row now. Extremely bullish. JetBlue came out as descending triangle. See this? You held pretty much 10, broke up. Another nice move. Love breaking up. Your REITs are coming on fire now. MFA Financial, they're really moving. IVR. This looks like an inside candle. Look at this. Up. This has moved to, had to move back to 6. Let's give it a 5 here. I still like that long. IVR. Calls trying to hold 3, trying to come up. That looks good. So with the market this strong today, airlines moved. The REITs were moving. Cruise lines moved. Casinos. All these like leisure stocks and cyclical stocks moved today. How about oil? They're doing Oxy. Yeah, Oxy's holding it, moved a little bit. SLB, that even moved up. So today was a really strong day for everything. Small caps. A lot of things moved in the market. SPY again. The SPY's so far up here. And we're getting kind of far away from our 13 moving average. Now we're at 98 on stochastics. Look at this, 98 right here. Don't like it. Every time we're up this high, eventually we're going to drop. What goes up must come down. What's down must go up. Here, it dropped. This was a smaller drop than the main drop. So what's this going to do here? Good question. Again, do we test this, come back down? We have some really hard drop. September, October. Total V recovery. We could break through and keep going. I don't know. We could do this, sideways for a while. It's just going to be news driven, and we'll see at that point. Some other stocks to look at. This is my 20 stocks, CCL. Oh, NKLA. There you see this breaking up. There's Sava. Sava put in a green candle there. Watch that. AMD came down. ALK, Airlines, X had the bottom here, and really coming up now. X marks the spot. Now here's X, so this is another play. All the way down from the move. 6-8, that's when all the stocks move. Then we drop down. These are all going in moves right now. Move down, what's it doing? It's eventually going to bounce. There's the bounce. And this was the reverse U. Here's your U. This is this way. So we went up, and you're like, we're going to keep going. Then we tested. We double bottom pretty much on all these stocks. Not exactly, the same It doesn't have to be perfectly a double bottom. Nothing's perfect. And then we came up 789, and now we're fully stochastic going the other way. Now to catch these, I'm gonna catch them early. When you see this move, see those stochastics here, we're still going down. Your red's over your white. So right here was your first green signal. You probably could have got in, and here, 7, so that's a nice move home. And these are like swing trades. These are very good to spot for swing trades. WFC, put an inside candle. I thought this would move, continue to, but still oversold. This is a good potential long. All right, so that's it. So again, we're getting tons of movers, short and long. The market's just on fire. You can find so many things right now. Some days better than others, some days long better than others, short better than others. Swing trades, there's swing trades out there. Stock market's very high right now, very hot. No pullback as of right now. We need a signal. There could be some shorter term pullbacks, but nothing like longer term, a bigger pullback. So that's it for now. All right. All right. Please subscribe to the channel and like. And that's it. We are out. Peace.